Hi everyone, and welcome to Kim's Cozy Corner. Now my onion seed germination wasn't the best, so we are going to have to start new onion, and let's talk a little bit about why I believe we are in this state. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. A few weeks ago, and let me tell you exactly when, by the way, in my seed starting journal here, I wrote down exactly when I did this. So on January 3rd, I started my first round of onion seeds. And here's the video that I did when I did that planting. Now, when I did that video, I shared with everyone, I'm starting a little earlier than usual for a couple different reasons. One, y'all, I just wanted to plant something. And the second reason was because I knew my onion seeds were older. Most of your seeds will last for many, many, many years, especially your peppers and your tomatoes and those kind of seeds. They last for a long time. I find the germination drops dramatically from one year to the next, from the first year to the second year specifically, on onion and carrots. Everything else I can easily get 2, 3, 4, 5, 20 years on, but not with my onion and my carrots. So all of the seeds that I started here, well over a year old, I think most of them, you can tell from the germination or lack of germination, especially in my Elsa Craig. Those seeds were from 24, they were packaged for year 2024, and I got zero germination. And y'all, I want to grow them so bad. So I do have some packaged for 2025. So I'm still a year late though, because I'm in 26. And I'm going to fill it up with those seeds. I'm going to use the whole pack, and hopefully I can get something to germinate there. This other one here is Yellow of Parma. Nothing germinated in that one either. And I don't have any more of those seeds, so we just won't have that one. And for all the other ones that had sporadic germination, and I don't know if you can see, but some of them are still bent over. So once they stand all the way up, y'all, they super happy. When they first come up, it's like it's bent in half, and then eventually it'll pop up. So you'll see all of them have a little crease on them of where they're popping up out of the ground. But on all of the other ones, y'all, I'm going to sprinkle a few more seeds in each and every one of those and see if I can get more germination in here. Now, y'all, we are every bit 2 months out before we're going to plant outside. So I think we'll be okay even if I put them in the same container with what's already there. You don't plant onion seeds very deep. I think it's like 1/4 of an inch. Yeah. 1/4 of an inch is what I think everything's saying here. Yeah, 1/4 of an inch. So it's not super deep. So I'm just going to put seeds in all of these brands that you see here. I'm going to find the seeds for those, and we are going to replace those. Well, not replace. We're going to add them to the cells that we already have here. Parma's gone. I got seeds for that one, and I did go ahead and order more seeds just in case this doesn't work. If I look at my book last year, I didn't start onion seeds until the very end of January, 1st of February. So if this doesn't work, when that next batch of seeds get here next week, I can start some more. So I'm just trying to get ahead of it, y'all. I harvested 27 pounds of onion, which is more than enough for me. But y'all, I can't share if I'm only growing 27 pounds of onion a year. And I want to share. So that's what we're going to do with this. In addition, when I planted those onion, y'all, I didn't plant any red onion at all because I had no red onion seeds. So I picked some up, and I want to share with you what I picked up from a red onion standpoint. And we're going to plant those today as well, right here. Of the ones that we knew grew very well, I'm going to go ahead and create a second growing space and plant a whole bunch of those, like the Spanish, I think it's Spanish, the Utah yellow sweet Spanish. This one right here, it did really well. That's Utah Yellow Sweet Spanish. So we're going to grow a whole nother cell of that one. And I need Walla Walla, y'all. I need Walla Walla bad. And I don't think they did so well. Where is it? Walla Walla, I got like 10 plants. So I'm going all in on the Walla Walla plants that I have now. And we're going to plant more Walla Walla when those seeds come in. I think that's it. Now, what are we going to grow? So I went to a couple different websites to decide what's the one that I want to grow. The first one that I chose was from MIGardener. It's a long day and it's called Ruby Red. That's going to be my red onion. It's known for its crunch and versatility. It says that it has long storage up to 5 months. And that's one of the things with my red onion, y'all. I usually don't get a lot of storage, but it says it's a bit spicy, which makes sense. Your storage onions are usually have a little more kick to them. They're not as sweet. The real sweet onions typically, at least for me, I can't speak for anybody else. For me, the sweeter my onion is, the shorter the storage life is. It's got some kick, 5 months storage, and that's one that we're going to grow that I picked up from MIGardener. Y'all know I ain't got no business going onto a seed site to buy seeds because then I end up with stuff I don't need. And somehow or another, this seed ended up in my cart, and I don't remember putting it in my cart, but it's a short day onion, and I shouldn't have gotten it, but we're going to plant it anyway. It's called Red Burgundy. And I've grown this one before, but it stays super small because it's a short day onion. And where I live, I should be growing long day or day neutral or intermediate day onions. I should not be growing short day onion. But we're going to plant it anyway because I got the seeds. I didn't mean to get them, y'all. I didn't mean to, but I got them. So we're going to do a sale of that. And then I went to Burpee's website. I was having a hard time finding options, right, to choose for red onion. So Burpee's had a blush hybrid, and here's a picture of it. It says it's pretty purple and it's beautifully round. It tastes so sweet. And so y'all know I like sweet onions. It's perfect for the long day growing seasons, and that's where I am. It says it stores well. We'll see. We'll see if it stores well or not. And if it does, in the onion, if you look here, it's not that deep, deep purple. It's lighter. It's more of a pinkish color. So it'll be easy to tell if it's a red burgundy or if it's a blush hybrid from Burpee's. So I'm super happy about this one. Hopefully it does well for us. And then the last one is an onion I typically don't get. But again, y'all, I tell you, I was really struggling with the onion. Finding something that I was super happy with. So I've seen this one a lot. It's called the Italian Torpedo. Italian Torpedo. Here it is right here. It's a classic Italian variety. And it has a bronzy red color. It's about 4 to 6 inches long. And it's about 2 to 3 inches in diameter. So wide. It says it's mild, and I don't like the super spicy red onions like that burgundy one, but it says it's mild and has a pink flesh, great in salads, and it says it's great for pickling. If I end up with too many onion, y'all, we will pickle them. And it says it's ready in about 90 to 110. The blush is at 106. That one is short day, says 160 because I should be planting them in fall. They grow all winter. You harvest in spring. That's why it says 160. And then the ruby red says 90 to 120. So those are the 4 new ones we're going to add as we clean up what we already got going on. And that's what we're going to jump into right now. No, let's start with the cleanup. Let's start with the cleanup. Because the new stuff, I'm going to do it the exact same way I did the original planting here. So we're going to do it the exact same way. For the stuff that I'm trying to just increase what I have, let me find one we're going to do together. Yellow Sweet Spanish. So here's Yellow Sweet Spanish. Let's see if I can find some newer seeds. I think this pack of seeds is newer than this pack of seeds. So these were sell by 12/31. So it was for the 2024 season. I'm not going to put those in there. Yellow Sweet Spanish. I'm going to put these in that one right there. I believe these are the ones I bought. Oh, I don't have that many. I don't have that many. I'm going to have to use all of those and probably some of the other ones. So let me explain what I'm going to do here. So you see I got about 10 onion that came up, about 10. I am going to sprinkle these right on top. All of them, everything I had left in that pack. And I think these packs come with about 200 seeds. I don't know. There's probably about half that here, maybe a little under. And then I'm going to take my little tool right here and I am going to just stir the top. 1/4 inch deep is all they need. And I'm going around the plants that did well, so I don't lose them. But at the same time, I'm getting the seeds below the soil. Right, wrong, or indifferent, y'all, that's what I'm doing. When the new seeds come, depending on how these are doing, we can plant some more if we have to. I bought the pack, that heirloom, what is it called? Homegrown heirloom seeds. Here's the pack up here. I'll put it up here for you. That's the seed that gives me the best germination rate when I buy it fresh every year. That's the one that I purchased. I found a couple more seeds in the bottom here. I want them all. I don't think that was enough seeds. I really don't. So I have it over here in my new one. So we will move these over to the new one. So I'm going to set it to the side with the red ones. Since I used all of these, I don't want to get them mixed up. The white grano did really well, y'all. This is the white grano right here. They did really, really well, but I need more plants than that. I'm emptying everything I got, y'all. Everything I have, not got. I did study the English language, and I know I mess it up all the time. But I'm taking every seed I have, and I'm adding it to that pocket. Since I know I have more seeds coming, I have nothing whatsoever to lose. Anyway, y'all see my process. You see what I'm doing. And after I give it a good mix, y'all, I'm trying to pat it back down just a little bit. I'm not going to be watering from the top. I'm going to be watering from the bottom. I do have a little bit of algae growth, but it's not too bad. But I'm going to follow this process. So in other words, you want to water from the bottom. You don't want to water from the top. If you have algae growth, usually it means you're keeping it too wet or you have poor airflow. Usually, that's not always the case, but that's usually the case. I've added more fans into my grow space to help with the airflow. Before you water, y'all, you want it to dry out. You want it to turn a light brown like this on top before you water, because if you keep it too wet, y'all, it's going to have algae growth. So there it is. So let me finish adding these seeds back to all of these, and then I'll bring you back and tell you what we're going to do next. Ooh, y'all, they smell like onion. I can actually smell the onion in here. Oh, y'all, I am so ready to get back outside. I know winter just barely got here, but I'm still ready. I'm ready to get back outside in the outdoor garden. Since none of the Elsa Craig came up, and I have some packaged for last year, and it's my last seed pack, y'all. It's the last one that I have. I used the 24. I'm setting that to the side. I'm only using 25, and I'm going to put them all in here. Every last one of them going in here. Just trying to loosen that soil up a little bit, and now we can pour them all in there. All 200 seeds. How many ever in here? I know that's too many, y'all. I can't do that. That's too many. Okay, I'll put half in this one, and I'll put half in that one, since I got an extra back there. Ooh, that's a lot of seeds. Okay, I got ahead of myself, y'all. I mean, I know I want some, but within reason, right? Within reason. Can y'all tell I want to grow this one really, really bad? Oh, goodness, goodness. So I started the camera back up and I forgot to turn my mic on. So you can see my mic is not green, which means I'm talking in the wind. But I wanted to let you know, once I finished getting the seeds in all of the containers, I went back and I gave them all a light mist on top like I do with all of my seeds. Anytime I start seeds, I always spray the top of them. I also put water in the bottom of the tray so that they can absorb the water from underneath. So that's already done, and now I'm in the process of spraying the top. Once all of the water has absorbed into each of the containers, I will add more if it's needed, but once the water stops absorbing, so in about 20 minutes or so, if there is still water in the bottom of the tray, we need to pour that off because you don't want to keep it too moist because that will start some of that algae growth that I was talking about. So we will pour all of the excess water off for sure. Well, I didn't realize that my mic wasn't on. I did an overlay, a voice overlay on everything that I just said. This is it. Second round is in. I guess we're running a little bit of an experiment at this point. We have our 2024 seeds, 2025, and 2026. So new seeds versus 1 year versus 2 year old seeds. I think this is going to be important to help us in the future. So I've made sure I labeled everything appropriately. So round one, with the triage that we did to try to save this set of seeds. Round two are the seeds we started today. Y'all, I got rid of every seed that I have that's dated 24 and 25. I only kept my new seeds. And then when the new seeds get here for this year, we're going to plant them all. We're going to plant every last one of them so we can compare how each of these are doing. So I hope you enjoyed the update. Until next time, and I hope there'll be a next time that you choose to hang out with me at Kim's Cozy Corner. Bye.